Hello everyone, welcome to the Mercury Virtual. Hope you are doing good. Today I am going to continue with your same module, that is a business skills for e-commerce, and the same chapter, that is chapter number 3, internet service providers. In the last class we have discussed about types of internet service providers accounts, that is the types of ISP accounts. In that we have discussed first of all the dial-up, then the broadband, then we have also discussed about the lease line connection, VSAT connection. So we have finished with the 7 types of connections that is available with the ISP accounts. First of all, we have discussed about the ISDN and the dial-up connection. So there are two connections which I have discussed. One is ISDN, one is the dial-up, using the LAN, individual, different types of computers, host computer, multiple computer. So we have discussed about these two, dial-up and the ISDN. Then we also discussed about these 7 types, that is the lease line, cable modem, DSL, broadband. So we have discussed about this. So let's discuss again. Let's take a quick review what we have covered in the last class, then moves to the today's topic, that is after this topic. So in the last class we have also discussed about the lease line connection, that is a dedicated connection that is available for the lease line connections. So this type of connection is very reliable connection and high speed connection. Why this is very reliable? As a name advice, there is a dedicated connection or dedicated connection that is available with the sender and the receiver. That is, only one connection is available with the sender and the receiver, and that connection will be maintained between the sender and the receiver. All right. So this is a lease line connection that is available for the day-to-day scenarios, and this is available 24-hour day, 7 days in a week. So it is available 24 hours a day, 7 days in a week. And this is one of the reliable and high-speed connection. The main limitation of this is the cost. That is this is the main hindrance among the lease line connection, that is the cost. Then what are the types of cost that is available? So this includes the one-time installation, that is a laying down of physical lines, because there are physical lines that is linked up, or that is lying down or laying down between the sender and the receiver. As I said, there is a dedicated connection, so there must be a dedicated line that is installed at the time of installation. So that is also a cost of the lease line connection. In the same way, there is a maintenance cost in a yearly basis, in a periodically basis, and there is also a annual traffic. Annual traffic means annual data will be transferred between the sender and the receiver. Then the necessary one-time hardware, software and setup charges are available with the lease line connections. Then we will discuss about the fourth one, that is a cable modem. That is a modem that is used with the cable connection. That is, the internet is provided with the cable connection. Internet is used with the cable connection. So we have used the cable wire for the connection, for taking the internet connections. That is known as the cable modem. As the name advice, modem, as I told you, modem is a method, or modem is a device that converts analog signal into digital signal and digital signal into analog signal. So this is a device that concludes, or that includes, modulator and demodulator. Modulator converts analog into digital, and demodulator includes digital into analog. So there are two types of connection that is available. One is the analog, one is the digital, and modem is a device that converts the analog into digital and digital into analog. So that is a cable modem. The only catch is that the local cable operator should have capability to access the internet over cable TV wires, and that cable modems are slightly more expensive than the normal modem. So this is the main important point, that whenever we use the cable modem, there must be a cable wires, or there must be a connection that is available with the cable operator for the TV wires. One advantage of cable modem connection is that you need not have a telephone line if you want this type of connection to the internet. Before giving approximate tariff rates for the different type of connection, let us discuss the role of the VSNL. So this is the one of the gateway that is available with the internet connections, or that is available for the internet connection. Then the fifth one is DSL, that is a digital subscriber line. This is also provided, or this is also exist with the telephone lines, that is also used with the telephone lines. but it is different from the analog modem. DSL operates normal telephone lines, and this can be used simultaneously with the telephone. This is the one of the major advantage. Means at the same time we can access the internet, and the same time we can operate the telephone. So there are two dual connection, that is same time we are using the internet, same time we are using the telephone connection. DSL can also increase the connection speed by as much as tenfold from a standard dial-up modem. Then next is broadband. That is the next part that we have discussed. So this is or this type of connection is generally used for the remote locations. Now, what is the remote locations? In simple terms, remote location means that is very far from the our place. So whenever we say remote connection, remote location, that is very far from the remote thing. So where the DSL cable and the ISDN cables are not available, we have used the broadband connection. It gives a decent download speed, but to upload the data, the user still need a regular analog modem to dial in. That is, it have a great speed, great download speed. But if I want to upload, one is download, it has a speed. But when we want to upload the data, the user also still needs an analog modem to dial in via telephone line. Satellite connection can be either a two-way service or one-way service. In case of two-way, the data is transmitted via satellite to a dish antenna at the user's house. In one-way system, the user needs a conventional modem and a telephone link to an ISP. Then seventh one is VSAT, that is very small aperture terminal. That is the VSAT that is also used that also uses the satellite connection. So this says satellite network also uses a large number of small dishes known as satellite, known as VSAT. That is a very small aperture terminal that is available with the I'm so sorry for the delay because there is some technical problem in the system. So let's start again. So then seventh part is VSAT, that is a very small aperture terminal. This is also based on the satellite network that contains a large number of small dishes. That is, there is a different number of dishes, small dishes are available, and this is based on the satellite connections that can transmit the data very powerful signal, or that can transmit very powerful signals, and it is very sensitive to incoming ones. This also minimizes the cost of the majority of the ground stations at the expense of maintaining one big one, which can be shared by several users. So this can be used for maintaining the majority of the expense of the very small terminal, that is also use the cost of the ground stations. However, this approach can cause additional delays because VSAT are not powerful enough to talk to one another directly to the satellite. This is one of the limitation, that there is a small delay, or there is a huge delay among the VSATs that is very powerful because there is no direct connection among the satellite before reaching to the next one. Then VSAT are typically used by the organizations such as oil company that requires data or voice communication between sites that is distributed over a wide geographical area. So VSAT are generally used by the large organizations such as oil companies that requires the data or voice communication. That is, the data is also available, voice is also available, and it is very economical. That is, it is very economical, or is very cheap in cost whenever I want to distribute over a wide variety of area, over a wide geographical area. So this is what we have discussed in the last class, and in the last class there is no student available, so that's why I recall each and everything. So these are the 7 types of internet service provider accounts that is available. One is dial-up, one is the leased line, one is the VSAT, one is the broadband, and one is the satellite communication, one is the DSL, one is the cable modem. So these are the various types of internet service providers account. Now next part is how to select internet service provider. Means what are the criteria or what are the considerations that must be kept in mind while taking out the connection or while taking out the internet connection. So how to select, what are the consideration that is available in mind to get the internet service providers. So this says before choosing an ISP, it is important to access your company's business and marketing goals. So before choosing the ISP, so that is don't choose the ISP and any ISP, no, but before this, before choosing the ISP, it is important to access your company's business and marketing goals. That is, what is your marketing goals, and what is your company's business account. So it is important to access, not access, it is assess. Assess means verify, or assess means simply to judge, to assess, to take out, to find out company's business and marketing goals. What are the company's business and marketing goals that is available? In other words, you should determine what organization will be using the internet for. That is, in simple terms, it is also used to, or before getting the internet service provider accounts, it is important to determine what kind of organization will be using the internet for. Once you have determined this, you can contact ISPs that serve your geographical areas and ask them about their services. So once you have determined this account, or once you have determined this, that is the ISPs, you can contact ISPs that serve your geographical areas and ask them about their services. So you can contact the ISP, you can contact the internet service provider that serves the geographical areas and ask them about their services. So before getting the ISPs, you can determine what organization will be using the internet for. Here are some questions that the user may wish to ask when choosing an ISP for internet connection. So these are the various questions that must be kept in mind before getting the ISP accounts. So these are the various general questions. What are the type of questions is available? What type of connections are available in your geographical area? That is, what type of connections are available, or what type of connections are made in the geographical area. Either it may be dial-up connection, either it may be ADSL connection, cable connection, etc. So what type of connections are available in the geographical area? Then what equipment is necessary to establish a connection? That is, what hardware is used or is necessary to establish a connection, whether it may be dial-up connection, whether it may be cable modem connection, whether it may be any type of connection that is available. The next point is, does the ISP provide installation software? So this is the next question. Does the ISP also provide the installation software or no? Then the next question is, what kind of technical support you can expect? That is, what kind of technical support you can expect from the ISP? This is the another question that is must be consideration while taking the ISPs. Then what additional perks are offered with each package? That is, what additional perks or additional costs are available with the each package that is available. That may be a bus space, additional email accounts, etc. So what kind of additional perks are offered with each package? Now this is the general questions that is kept in mind. That is very general to the each and every ISP, whether you are taking the broadband, whether you are taking the ISP, whether you are taking the dial-up connection, any type of connection. Now this is the next question that is available with the connection only. That is, if I am taking the dial-up, so there are different questions, and if I am taking the ISP, there are different questions. So it depends on the connection to connection of the ISPs. So what type of questions are available? Is the dial-up number built as a local call? That is, if I am dialing the number, that is built as a local call, or that is giving the bill, that is giving the payment as a local call, that is available. Then next is, does the ISP provide alternate local dial-up numbers? That is, does the internet service provider also provides the alternate local dial-up connections? If yes, then how many numbers are available, or how many numbers are provided by the ISP? Then is remote service available? That is, if the remote service available or not? If it is available, it is available in regional form, national form, or international form. Then what type of connection speed you can expect? You are expecting 36 kbps, you are expecting 1 kbps, 5 kbps, and what type of connection speed that you expect from the internet? Then how often can you expect busy signals? That is, how often, how frequent basis, how on frequent basis can you expect by busy signals? Then what is the service, or what is the services expected uptime? That is, what's the service expected uptime that is available? What is the service expected timing that is available for the internet connection? Then next question is on the basis of the cost. That is the next question that is available with the cost. Then what are the next question that is available? What payment options are available? That is what kind of payment options are available? That is what type of connection that you made that is available for the connection. Yeah, hello, hello, hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me, Larry? So what payment options are available? You either you can make the cash payments, either you can make the check payments, either you can use the EFT, that is electronic fund transfer. What type of connections or what type of payments options are available? Then the next is there an initial cost connection fee? That is, if I'm opting the any ISP, so is there an initial connection fee or not? The connection fee is available at the initial stage or no? Can the type of connection be changed without penalty? So if I want to change the connection from ISDN to the dial-up connection, for example, so is there any penalty? For example, if you are choosing the ADXL course, right? If you are moving from ADXL level 3 to ADXL level 5, so what type of penalty, what type of payment are you able to give? That is a best example. Or if I am using the LPG connection, right? Then if I'm moving from or if I'm changing from one LPG, that is for example Bharat gas, to the next one, that is Indian gas, for example. So what type of penalty, what type of payment should I give for changing the connection from Bharat gas to the LPG or Indian gas? So can the type of connection be changed without the penalty? How will your connection time be charged? That is, how will your connection time, that is, what is the criteria for the connection timing that will be charged as per the cost? It will be charged either with meter way, that is, it is reading with the meter way. Either there is a flat rate, either the connection charge will be maintained on the basis of bandwidth. That is, if I'm using the 4 bandwidth, so it will be cost around the 4 pixels or 4 units, or combination of the above. The connection is maintained among the metered, flat rate, bandwidth usage, and the combination of the above. That is a combination of both, 3 of them, that is metered, flat rate, and the bandwidth use. Then next question is, are annual subscriptions offered at the discounted prices? That is, are annual subscriptions are offered at the discounted prices or not, as compared to the or as opposed to the monthly charges? Are there any other possible charges? That is there any other possible charges that is also available for the cost? Many of these questions can be answered while trying for the services. So many of these questions, it may be a general questions, it may be a cost related questions, it may be a connection related questions. So these connection will be taken out, or these connection will be, or these question must be taken out while using the ISP accounts. Then next is web hosting. That is the next part. Now, what is a web hosting? Many companies that offer web hosting services will offer basic packages which can be modified to accommodate your specific needs. That is, most companies offers the web hosting services. That in India also there are so many companies that is available that offers web hosting services, that provides basic services, basic packages which can be modified to accommodate your specific needs. Requesting and comparing this information is a good practice. That is, whenever I request and whenever I compare the information, Larry, now Larry, are you able to hear me? Hello, hello, hello. Now it's okay, Larry? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, Larry, are you able to hear me right now? Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, are you able to hear me right now? Hello. Hello. Yeah, Larry, are you able to hear me right now? Hello, 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 hello. Hello. Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, Larry, are you able to hear me? Hello. Uh, Larry, are you able to hear me or not? Give me a response, Larry. Then the next topic is your web hosting. That is web. What is web hosting? So many companies that offer the web hosting services will also offer the basic services, basic packages, which can be modified to accommodate your specific needs. That is, most of the companies also offers the web hosting services that will offer the basic packages which can be modified to accommodate your specific needs. Requesting and comparing this information is a good place to start when looking for web hosting services. So whenever you request and whenever you compare this information that is available for web hosting is a good place to start when looking for the web hosting services. The following list outlines some important questions that should be answered before making a decision whether you are comparing or whether you are using the web hosting services or not. So these are the various questions that is available that must be answered before taking the decision for the web hosting. So these are the various general questions that is available. So what are the connections that is in general that is available? How much bandwidth is available for upload and download? That is how much bandwidth or what type of bandwidth is needed or available for uploading the data and downloading the data. That is a data transfer. That is what type of bandwidth is or what type of general bandwidth or initial bandwidth is required or limited bandwidth is required for the uploading and downloading the content. That is a data transfer. Then how much storage space is available? That is how much storage space is available for the data transfer. Can additional space be added at a later data or later date? That is how much storage space is available when request for the data, and can access the or can we can initialize the additional data, or can additional space be added at a later stage or later date? Suppose I need that at a latest a stage I want to add the data. So is that possible to add the data at the later stage? This is also a question that is based on the data storage. And the next question is, does the ISP allows for the commercial website? That is, does the ISP allow for the trading and purchasing of goods and services? That is, it allows the commercial websites or not? That is, for purchasing or for trading, does the ISP provides for finding out the commercial website or not? Then what is the site's expected uptime? That is, what is the site's expected uptime that is available for the data connection? What is the company's policies with regard to this? That is, what is the company's policies that is available with regard to making the decisions? That is the site expected uptime that is available for the data transfer. Then which operating system do they support? Do they means what type of operating system do ISP supports? It may be a Microsoft, it may be a Linux, it may be a Unix. So what type of connection is available? So these are the general questions that is must be asked while using the web hosting services. That is, what type of operating system do they need? What is the site expected uptime? What is the company's policies with regard to the uptimes? What does the ISP allows for the commercial websites or not? And how much data space or storage space is available for the data transfer? So these are the basic services. These are the basic general questions that must be asked while using the web hosting services. Right. Then these are the general questions, and these are the questions that is based on the services. That is, does the ISP provides shopping carts and other e-commerce technologies and services? That is, does the ISP provides a shopping cart facility? That is, we can make the online transactions and other e-commerce technologies. That is, electronic fund transfer, digital certificate. Can we use that? Then are web-based tools available for the site maintenance and configurations? That is, this is the next question. That is, the web-based tools are available for the site maintenance and configuration or not? That is, tools are available for the maintenance and configuration. Then which web technologies are supported? That is, what type of technologies are supported? That may be a databases, that may be a programming, that may be a Windows programming, that may be a DOS based programming. So what type of web technologies that you are support, or that is supporting the web hosting services? Then what kind of technical support you can or can you expect? That is also a part of the services. That is, what kind of technical support that you are preferring. Then next part is, what kind of or how many email addresses are provided per account? That is, how many types of email addresses are available or are provided with the account? That is also a part of the services. Then the next is, are email list services available? That is, a mailing list is available or mailing list services are available or not? That is also a part of the. So that is also a question that arises when using the ISPs or when using the ISPs. Then next question is on the basis of the cost. This is the next type of question that must be asked while using the internet service provider accounts. That next questions are, what is the cost for domain name registration? Suppose I want to register a domain name like yahoo.in. Suppose I want to register this domain name. What is the cost that must be generating for the domain name registration? Then what will be the total penalty cost, or what will be the total monthly cost of your company's desire? That is, what is the total monthly cost that is available for the company's desire? Then web hosting solutions. That is, what is the monthly cost of your company desired web hosting solutions? That is, if I are using, or if my company is using the web hosting, or if my company is providing the web hosting services. So what is the monthly cost that must be taken care of, or what is the monthly cost that must be taken care of when using the web hosting solution? Then the next question is there a service fee for adding or removing features? That is there a service fee that is available for adding or removing the features? Then what is the cost of each additional feature? That is, if there is any additional feature, then what is the cost of additional features? That may be a database, that may be additional email accounts or addresses or etc. So what is the cost that is available for the each additional feature? Be wary of relatively low advertised prices when choosing a company to host your websites. That is, be wary of, that is, be aware of the relatively low price or low advertised prices, because they are totally fakey prices, or they are totally a fakey option that is provided by the company to host their websites. These low prices are usually offset by traditional cost for basic services. That is, these low prices are usually offset by or provided by the additional cost for the basic services and are indicative of the poor performance. So these low prices are also available as additional cost for the basic services. You may also want to visit some sites that are hosted by the company to see how they perform. That is, you can also refer the websites, you can also refer the internet for choosing the accounts, what type of services are available for what type of company. That is, you may also want to visit some sites that are hosted by the company to see how they perform with the sites. Then the next is ISP in India. That is, ISP in India, what type of rates are available for the ISP in India? That is the next part, that is the ISP in India. Now the next topic is ISP in India. That is, what type of ISP is available in India. So this is generally based on the India's topic. That is, this is not of your means, not of your content. That is simply given the ISP, what type of ISP is available in India. This says the current ISP scene is witnessing a roller coaster ride. The beginning of the year shows the presence of or presence of 25 brands and license for about 256 ISP granted. That is the beginning of the year, that is the whenever there is a beginning of the year, that shows the presence of 25 brands and license for about 256 ISP granted. The market was crowded, that is the market that is available was crowded with not enough room for all of them to survive. That is, the market is so crowded that there is no enough room for all of them or all of the services or ISP service providers to survive. It was also found that lavish advertising spends with everybody wanted to gain that early mover advantage. Everyone focusing on price war, brand building look took a pillion seat. Branded that did not build strong brand equity begins to find out the going tough. As a result, many leading brands too folded up. The market finally settled with 3 or 5 players. That is, the market at last settled with 3 or 5 ISP providers, with the future becoming a limited game. Government issues three kinds of license to set up the business. That is, government provides the three kinds of license to set up the businesses. That is, what are the three kinds of licenses that is available? The first one is ISP that wants to operate at a national level will have to apply for category A license. That is the ISPs that is provided or that is available at the national level, that is at the top level, will have to apply for the category A license. So there are three types of license, A, B, C. So the ISPs that are at the national level will have to apply for the category A license. Bank guaranteed of or bank guarantees of rupees 220 million. Then category B license will cover the 4 major cities and metros of the countries in addition to 20 telecom circles. That is, the category B also covers or offers or covers the 4 major cities and metros of the countries in addition to the 20 telecom circles. Bank guarantees of 2 millions of rupees 2 million. That is, the bank guarantees of rupees 2 million. Then category C for smaller areas, bank guarantees of 3 lakhs. That is, category C is of smaller areas, is for smaller areas, and bank guarantees is for 3 lakh. There is no limit on the number of players in an area, and a company can apply for as many licenses as he or she wish to apply. That is, there is no limit on the number of players that is using or that is operating in an area, and a company can offer as many licenses as he or she to apply. Private ISPs can establish their own gateways after obtaining security clearances. That is, private ISPs can also can also establish their own gateways after obtaining security clearances. They have an option to use VSNL gateway. Then ISP can also interconnect among themselves and provide services to VSET solution. That is, ISP can also use the VSET solutions, that is very small aperture terminal stations or conclusions for the securing the ISPs. So this is only the theory that is available, or that is what type of ISPs is available. And last line is very important. With the mushrooming of ISP, the differentiator would be service standards, bandwidth to the internet, uptime, customer education, training and support. So these are the various mushrooming, or these are the various crisps of the ISPs that may include the service standards, bandwidth, uptime, customer education, training and support. So it is essential in India that ISP have to provide not only access and make money from that, but also, that is, not only the ISP that is only available for accessing the services, or that is accessing the money, but ISP also provides the additional businesses like hosting. That is, whenever we use the ISPs, so additional facility, additional business is also providing, for example, the web hosting. And it also includes or create the home pages and the web pages. ISP also markets the necessary equipment, that is, it also do the marketing for the necessary equipment and the tools. And it also provides, or it also use the software the customer needs to set up businesses like modem, PCs, web browser, or 3 packages. Then it is very unlikely that process would fall below the current levels. That is, it is very unlikely that the process would fall or will become below the current levels. When the number of players are less, that is when the providers are less, the price would stabilize. Price cuts have not worked, and when the market matures, the disconcerting issues will increase, according to the few experts. So whenever there is a down in the market, that is whenever the players are less, that is less number of ISPs are available, so there is a price cut, or there is a users that will increase the prices for their own. Some of the ISPs have already formed a cascade in the nodes to arrest further price fall. This would happens even at other places. Free ISPs, that is a FISP, are also made their presence last year. That is FISP also made their presence in the last year. They, however, have a price not just in terms of the overall viewing areas that will be taken up by advertising banners, but in the type and extent of personal information that is required to be provided. That is also including the information that is required to be provided. Before getting the free access, that is before getting the free access of the ISPs, most ISP requires demographic information at the time of signing up. That is whenever we sign up, or whenever there is a sign up information, so most of the ISP requires a demographic information. During the beginning of the year, the free ISP did affect the market. That is whenever there is a beginning of the year, that is the it may be a Jan, it may be April, so free ISP did not or did affect the market. Today, with most of the free ISPs that is available, shutting shop, the market is growing. Free service provider would not only be able to provide quality surfing experience according to some people. That is whoever who is providing the free ISPs, the quality and the image is not available fully. The free ISPs target revenue out of the sponsorship and advertisement. Many a times, customers know that using FISP is not economical enough, as the download is supposed to be lower or slower than a paid ISR. That results in longer time taken to browse and with added additional cost that is available with the free ISPs. Right. And while choosing a FISRs, that is while choosing a free ISPs, it is imperative to consider, that is whenever we choose the free ISPs, it is better to consider the following facts. That is whether the services is available in area, that is whether the service is available in area or not. Then the ISP has sufficient resources or not, that is the ISP have a sufficient resources or not. Then the size of the banners, that is using the free ISPs. Then extent of the personal information needed, that is what is the extent of the personal information that is required for the ISPs. Then case of software setup, that is what is the case of software setup that is providing the ISPs. Then this is the list that is providing the free ISP and their services. So these are the various free ISPs businesses in India. That is first one is calltiger.com, that is the name of the first ISP. Then what is the banner name, that is banners are available, yes. Then speed is 56k. Then email, what is the email, that is the POP. Then support, that is the email. FAQ, telephone, that is support is also available via email, via frequently asked question via telephone. The next ISP is Bharat Connect, that is a Bharat International, or Bharat Connect is the next ISP that is available. Then what is a banner, that is a banner is available, yes. Then speed is 56k. Then email, that is what type of email protocol is used, that is a web pop. Then next one is checo.com, that is a checo.com, banners are available, yes. Then what type of banner is available, that is free dial-in. Then speed is 56k. Then the email is web, and the support is email and frequently asked questions or telephone. The next is logfree.com, speed is 56k. So these are the various ISPs, free ISPs, along with their email support, along with their supporting system. The ISP business is a long-term business and has no short-term returns. That is, ISP provides a long-term business and has no short-term returns that is available. With the growth of internet businesses, allied services like intranet business with the real opportunity. That is, with the growth of the internet business, the allied services, for example, intranet business, will be the real opportunity that is provided with the ISP. There are about 1.2 million IP users as against a figure of 120 millions in the US. That is, there are around only 1.2 billion users that is available in India as against of the ISPs that is available of the new concept that is a ISP in India. Going by the present indication, the internet industry will continue to boom by itself. That is, with the current scenario, the internet agency is using the or is going to continue to boom by itself. And also because of the technologies like web enabling browsing the net for information on a mobile phone or palm top that is available. Then the next topic is your summary. That is, what is the summary for this one? As with the purchases, familiarity with the product will help you make a better decision. That is, whenever we take the decision, whenever there is a space for decision, so there should be a familiar with the product so that you can make a better decision. Find out which ISP other people are using and ask them why. That is, find out what type of ISP is using and other people is using what type of ISP and what is the reason, and ask them or ask the people why they are using this type of ISP. It should be noted that reluctance on behalf of the potential ISP to answer your questions in a negative indicator. The company may be hiding product, service, or product deficiencies that the company may be answering or company may be providing the product deficiencies. Make sure that you need the ISP service contact before you commit to it. That is, make sure that ISP service contacts the various services that is available before making the commit or before making the commitment to it. That's why you will know what to expect in the event of a closure, merger, or if the quality of service does not meet the expectations. So this is the role of the ISP that is available, that is using the ISP before making the purchases to the ISPs. So this is a summary that what we have discussed in this chapter, that is the types of ISP and what are the types of user accounts, what are the types of dial-up connection that is available. So we have taken up these services in this chapter. Then next is your keywords, that is the keywords that is available. So one is your internet. So it is a network of all networks throughout the world. So what is the internet? It is a network of networks that is carried out throughout the world. Then www, that is a World Wide Web. It is a collection of all web browsers. So World Wide Web, that is, it is a collection of the web browsers that is available. Then modem. So these are the various keywords. So internet is a collection of a network of networks. Then www is World Wide Web, that is a collection of the web server. Then modem, that is a modulator and demodulator. So it is a device that is used for converting analog signal into digital and digital signal into analog signal. That is a modulator and demodulator. Modulator always converts the analog into digital signal and demodulator always converts the digital signal into analog signal. It is used in the internet access. Then next is ISP, that is the Internet Service Provider. These are the companies that provides the internet and value added services to the users. So that is the ISP that provides the internet connection to the users. Then domain name system, that is a DNS, that is domain name system. It is a method for naming the website. Suppose I want to give the name to my website. That is done by the DNS, that is the domain name system. It is also the worldwide system of distributed databases of names and addresses on the internet. So it is a worldwide system of distributed databases of the names That is, what is the name that is available for the distributed databases and their addresses on the internet. So these are the various keywords. Then there is a self-assessment question that is available after this chapter. One of the question is, what is internet? That is, what is internet? What is the usage of internet? So internet is nothing, as this line said, it is a network of the networks throughout the world. And what are the major applications of internet? That is, what are the areas in which the internet is used? Generally in today's life, every area is using the internet. But these are divided into major applications, that is the major applications of internet. Then why internet is so famous? That what is the content, or what is the crux, or why internet is so famous in day-to-day scenario or throughout the world? Why internet is so famous? Then what are the various hardware and software requirements to have internet on computer system? That is, what is the software requirement that must be installed, that must have while using the internet or while having the internet on the computer system? And what are the hardware requirement? That is, there is an operating system, there is a i3 processor, there is a keyboard, there is a mouse. So what are the hardware requirements and what are the software requirement that is required in the computer system? Next question is, define ISP. That is internet service provider. That company, or this is a company that provides the internet access. And what are the various criteria for selecting an ISP? So while select the ISP, following or major decisions or major consideration have been taken in mind. Like, it depends on the cost, it depends on the services, it depends on the analysis. Then what type of internet accounts are available along with their characteristics and limitations, like dial-up, ISDN, broadband, leased lines, VSAT, satellite communication, cable modem. So these are the various internet accounts that is available with the internet service providers. Then define the following terms. www, that is a World Wide Web. That is this is the www, that is a collection of all the web servers. Then internet, that is a collection of networks, that is a network of networks. Then modem, that is a modulator and demodulator that converts analog signal into digital and digital signal into analog. Then DNS, that is domain name system, that is provides the name to the websites. So these are the various define the terms questions. Then these are the suggested trading books that is available. So that's all for chapter number 3. Now next is chapter number 4, that is the internet and the www. That is, what is the internet and what is World Wide Web. There are total 9 topics in this one. I think total 3 topics only. So I'm not starting this topic in the, or this chapter in the today's class. I'm starting this chapter in the tomorrow's class. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much everyone. Now if there is any doubts, you can ask the doubts from me either through chat, either through talk, or either through mail. You can choose any option, but feel free to ask any question for me. There is no hesitation. So that's all for today's session. Thank you so much for listening. Bye bye everyone.